Hi, it is the Bankruptcy PA, and it's time for another bankruptcy story. And this is about the windfall from the short sale on my house. As it turned out, I had owned a house. I owned a house, the house I owned. When I decided I was going to declare bankruptcy, it was in the aftermath of the 2008 items, the 2008 housing crash. I just stopped paying the mortgage because I had stopped paying everything. And eventually, like 18 months later, I got a foreclosure notice on the house. And I short sold it. I did a short sale on the house before I declared bankruptcy. And the windfall from that was about $40,000 because one of the HELOCs I had on the house was actually deemed uncollectible because of the whole Bank of America countrywide fiasco. So that loan got forgiven. And so from the sale of the house, I ended up with a check for $40,000. Now, what I did not do with that check is go and pay any debt because I already knew I was going to be declaring bankruptcy, and no, the debtors aren't getting it. So what I did is at the time I maxed out my retirement accounts with that money, with that windfall, because at the time that I declared bankruptcy, having talked to my bankruptcy attorney, my retirement accounts couldn't be used to satisfy debt. So $40,000 windfall, maxed out the contributions on my IRA. Okay, cool. And the rest of it, and then I also paid my taxes. Tax payment. Because, and I think I used it up mostly. If I had any child support that was due, I would have paid that also, because at the time that I declared bankruptcy, they couldn't touch my retirement accounts. And you have to pay your taxes, so pay your taxes, and they wouldn't be able to forgive my child support. You have to pay your child support. And you also have to pay your student loans. So I didn't pay anything down on my student loans. The student loans were there. I was not worried about the student loans. I think the student loans was the only thing I was actually making payments on, because at that time my student loans were not dischargeable in bankruptcy. So I made the payments on the student loans. The student loan payments were small at that time. It was fine. So that's what I did with the windfall from the sale of my house. That was, I think it sold like 2 days before they were going to foreclose on it. I dragged that out as long as I could, and I got a windfall from it, which was great. I think that $40,000 was the most cash money I'd ever had in my hand in my whole entire life. And I tucked it away in places on things I knew I was going to have to pay with the bankruptcy or not. Or stashed it in places where the bankruptcy couldn't touch. Like, the bankruptcy isn't going to complain about me paying my taxes or making a tax payment. And I think, and then like I used that tax payment. I didn't even take it as a refund the next year. The next year, I think I took the refund and I rolled it forward to pay part of my taxes the following year. So, even if they came back and said, "Oh, hey, your taxes," is like, I'm still paying taxes. My taxes were paid. So that's just another story from the bankruptcy, how I kept as much as how I kept a windfall money prior to declaring my bankruptcy. So just some ideas for you. Things I would absolutely not pay if I'm considering filing bankruptcy would be any medical debt, credit cards, or anything like that. One thing on the sale of the house, really unhappy creditor, because I had my roof replaced before I decided I was going to declare bankruptcy. About like a year before everything went to heck, I got my roof repaired. I got a new roof. They, for some reason, the roofing company who replaced my roof did not put a lien on my property. It was a personal loan. And I sold the house free. I sold the house out from underneath the contractor who lent me money to put on a new roof in the house. And they did not perfect they did not put a lien on my house to get repayment. And so that loan went into bankruptcy, even though it was it was a loan for something that was like physically attached to my house. They lost money on that one because that loan went through bankruptcy because they did not perfect it. So that when you're declaring when you're considering declaring bankruptcy, roll everything in there that you can or that you have to. And if you're going to do it good. Like, subscribe. Talk to you guys later.